I'm Patricia Stock. I'm the CEO of SAICA, passionately known as the home of the difference makers. Celebrating our heritage, it is so important, especially as Africans, because we've got so much diversity. We are diverse in many ways in terms of our traditions, our languages, different race groups. So it's important that we embrace that. And that speaks to being authentic. And even in corporates, in organizations that we lead, it's important that we allow space that people, really express who they are. And that comes from our heritage. And our heritage as well also influences our values in terms of individuals' value system. In embracing that, we actually strengthen the organization's value system in itself, because people, they show up being who they are. As an organization, we find, different colors of our rainbow nation expressed in our organizations. As the first female CEO of SAICA, the unique attributes I bring is firstly to ensure that there is more women that get opportunities such as these into the future. And more importantly, what is close to my heart is really the balance of care and candor, really leading with the heart and the mind to enable the hands to be able to do the work. And I'm so grateful to be in this position, because I understand that to make a difference, it needs people to be authentic and understand their purpose. And really for me, it's fulfilling my purpose where I find myself. My passion and purpose, they find each other. One of the things that I'm mostly passionate about, it's really people development. And I am privileged to be in an institute that is really about that, right? To ensure that people realize their fullest potential, especially our members. So my passion is really to see people grow so that they can enable organizations and the people that they lead to grow. I'm very passionate about also helping our communities, and hence transformation becomes critical, but not only because of it's my passion, it's because of it's the right thing to do, especially where our profession finds itself, that it's important that we continuously invest in transformation in our country. The greatest responsibility I have as a CEO is to ensure that as a collective we keep SAICA at number one. And to be number one, it means that we have to continuously evolve, because there is a lot of things that are changing, and because change, it's definitely a constant. So it's important to ensure that we keep the strength of the profession, to ensure that South Africa remains trusted, to ensure that our capital markets will retain the value and create value in the capital markets, which majority of our members are actually contributing directly to. And I should not leave the public sector out, because we have a responsibility to build the public interest, but not only outside of the public interest, but also being in the public interest. And that's why it's important to ensure that our members that are part of the entire ecosystem, that they remain empowered and that they uphold the highest level of strong moral principles in everything that they do, and hence integrity for us remains very important. The biggest contributor to my successes really is the investment in learning. I'm a strong believer that leaders are learners, and leadership doesn't start when you become a CEO. So I've always taken responsibility for my learning. But in that journey, I realized that there are those who've been ahead of me, who've got more experience than I did, or than I do even today. And for me, that's why I lean in terms of getting mentors. I had mentors throughout my career journey, from being a training accountant, and even when I was running a practice as CEO, I lean into other CEOs that were running large corporates, so that I can also learn in terms of what are the best practices that we can also implement into the organizations that I was leading. So for me, leadership, it's important that you recognize areas that you need to also continuously develop in, but then also I invested in becoming a coach myself to others, because I believe that it's through helping others that you continuously grow, because you have to always be the best version of yourself so that you can make a difference into other people's lives and the organizations that I lead. So for me, it being that biggest contributor, but also my family. I cannot attribute my successes without recognizing my family. My husband and my children as well. They've been my greatest supporters, and my siblings and my mom and dad. Even the simplest ways of support, just as simple as we're praying for you. It's been those things that have carried me throughout the journey, because it has not been easy. But then also my foundation, where I come from. When we talk about the struggles, of poverty, unemployment, I experienced that growing up. So for me, it was really the quest of wanting to make a difference, first with my family, but then also the community and really for our larger society. But the most important thing, that the core of who I am, it's really my faith, my trust in God. It has carried me, just believing that God has a purpose and a plan for my life. It's what has carried me and led me to where I am today. For me, the one thing that I want to be remembered for is how I've led the profession in terms of becoming subject matter experts in sustainability, being trusted advisors in terms of assurance and advisory work.